Rock 100.5 KATT. I am Cameron Buchholtz here with Jeris Johnson. What's going on, man?
Hello. It's going. Everything's going good.
Indeed. You're performing here tonight at 89th Street.
Yep.
And it's going to be an amazing show, man. I think
Should be.
stacked lineup. And you're, 75%-ish through this pretty massive tour?
Pretty much. Probably more than that. We only have a few more shows left. Yeah. And, I love touring and everything. It is the reward, the singing and everything. But we've all been sick and beaten down. This is my longest tour ever, 45 days. I've never been out this long.
Okay.
So it's a lot.
I was gonna say it seems like it's a little tumultuous. Like I know there's been a couple canceled shows, including this one that got rescheduled for tonight.
Correct.
So glad it was able to.
And that one wasn't even I wasn't ultra sick or anything. I thought maybe I was, and I just kind of lost my voice. I just wasn't taking good enough care of my voice in the beginning. I just lost it completely. I just couldn't even talk that day. I was like, well, I can't talk, I can't sing, and I want this to be a good show because OKC's always good and everything. And I was like, we gotta just remove it. And then I got sick. And everybody got sick. Fucking Matt's been sick. Oh, sorry. I can't cuss. Or I
no,
can.
you're good.
It's online.
Yeah.
Not on the air.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's all good. Say whatever you want. Within reason.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. But yeah, no, we just, it's part of touring, man. I don't think I've ever done a tour where we all haven't gotten sick at some point. It's just the nature of it. You just travel, you meet tons of people every night.
You're down a road in a petri dish.
Yeah. It's not sleeping good. Eating bullshit food, fast food every day, it's gonna happen, so is what it is. But
so at 45-day tour, what's the first thing you want to do when you get home?
I'll play video games, eat good homemade food my girlfriend makes. Thank you. Sleep in my own bed.
It wasn't see your girlfriend. It was
play
food.
video games first. Yeah, of
and
course that. Get some Counter-Strike in. I gotta get my Premier rank back.
It seems like you should have access to that.
I do a little. I do, but the thing is, it's a laptop. For one, it's impossible to play games on a laptop when it's moving, because it's just.
Sure.
You can't. I can't aim, and I care because I'm competitive. I care. It has to be good. So I can't do it, when it's moving.
Wasn't meant for the highway.
No, it was not meant for the highway. And then I also, I have such a full setup at home that playing on a laptop,
you've got your whole battle
competitive.
station.
I have to be good. I have to be top of the lobby. I can't be losing games, and I care way too much about it. So it's just the laptop thing. I have my Steam Deck, which helps. I get to play my Stardew Valley and little wholesome games, like that. That keeps my brain occupied when I'm bored, which is almost always on tour, except for when you're playing the show.
Right. Yeah.
So that's fine. But yeah, I got that competitive edge. I got to scratch it, and I just can't wait to do it when I get home. And then my girlfriend and my friends, whatever. That's great too. But.
Well, as you keep moving on up, eventually you'll be able to just bring the battle station with
Correct.
you all the time.
Yeah. Once you get to an actual tour bus and. Some set up a studio in the back, of the bus to work and everything. I won't be doing that. I will be playing video games, being lazy, not working. That's kind of my thing.
I think one time I interviewed Jonathan Davis from Korn, and he had the craziest gaming setup I've ever seen that was all mobile. And I still kick myself for not making a mental note of what his gamer tag was.
I was
like,
you saw it.
I should have seen it.
You saw it.
I didn't know, but I didn't. I didn't think about it. But whatever. We live, we learn. But aside from getting sick and all the things, the tour has been good, I assume.
Yeah, of course. The tour's always good. Fans are always great. Hearing people sing back the music that I made in my bedroom is always cool. The VIPs, all the ages, the little kids to the older people. It's cool to see it in real life. It's just numbers on the screen until then. And when I first started getting any, kind of streams or attention at all was during COVID. And so it was really numbers on the screen for a while before touring and playing shows even really became a thing again, So I remember the first time we did a tour and I got to see it and feel it in person. It was like, oh, this is it's real. People actually have these songs saved to their Spotify and they listen to them in the car and they really like it and they memorize the lyrics. That stuff isn't real until you see it in person. So,
sure.
And then, you drop new music, whatever. Okay. I've been playing, a certain amount of songs for a few years now. I expect people to know those, sing those, whatever. But then you drop a new one. I just dropped Hell Yeah, Brother, and that's the best song of the night every night.
Nice.
Everyone's singing, everyone going crazy. And that's cool too, because it's like a new reward now. It's like new dopamine unlocked in my brain. Like, okay, cool. So it's great, bro. It's a treat, you know. Awesome. That's the best part about touring the show, obviously. You know, everything else sucks, but that's great. That makes up for it. It really does.
Nice. I mean, you talked about, you know, you started in kind of the COVID era. We actually, I think I talked to you at the first Rocklahoma.
Probably.
Right after.
Yeah.
Like, it was still very much like just, so that was probably
like my
first
second show or whatever, yeah.
I do remember you walking into our like booth on Radio Row with, I'm assuming that sword, or was it different sword? I imagine you
Jelly Roll walked in on us.
Jelly
Roll walked in on
somewhere?
some. Yeah. I did a couple interviews. I don't know if it was yours, but a Jelly Roll walked in. He was like, "Oh yeah, my bad."
Yeah,
I was like,
he was around.
All right.
But the sword makes an entrance. And I'm assuming will it be making your entrance tonight?
It does make an entrance, yeah. You know, it's becoming less and less of a thing. I did the whole reason I started the sword thing is because the name Jeris, which is my birth name, means holder of the mighty sword. And I was like, cool if I just walk around with the sword. And then obviously I've been into like nerdy shit, fantasy shit, whatever. And then I made, the album Dragonborn. And then it really became like a super big part of it. And now I'm kind of like, shifting out of that a little bit. And kind of trying to like do a new idea, do a new thing, because I'm just like that. I come up with an idea, I do it, and then I don't have any more ideas for it, and it's over. But the sword will probably always be around, be a thing. It's something that people remember me for, and it just happened sort of organically. I just started carrying it around because I thought it was cool. I had it for the music video for my sword, and then I was like, I'm just gonna bring this everywhere to shows and stuff. Yeah, why not? I never see anybody do that. Why not?
Yeah, well, I hate to hear that you're moving away from it because all of my upcoming questions are just about Skyrim,
which is fine. No. You can. I still love it. I still love it. It's just the music. It's like I can't. I was very much faced with like, okay, either I'm like the fantasy metal guy forever, or I'm not, and I'm just not. Like I liked it enough to do it once, and I felt like I did everything I wanted to. I made every possible spin on a. Fantasy idea I possibly had. Every song I had almost like a scene in my head for, and everything. I played with every idea I could play with, and blended every genre I could blend into it all and everything. And I don't know. I just felt like and so it's done. I did it all, what it is.
Having named your record Dragonborn, did you ever get contacted by Bethesda or anything like that? Was there no one ever?
Because then honestly, I did the research too. They didn't even come up with the term Dragonborn because I believe that the first time Dragonborn was used was a class in Dungeons and Dragons.
That makes sense.
I think that it actually started as a Dungeons and Dragons thing. But yeah, no lawsuit, no nothing.
I wouldn't think a lawsuit, but I would think more appreciation than anything else.
I mean, I would have loved to. I tried. Yeah. I was out there messaging Todd Howard. I was doing it.
They're gonna
listen to my album, bro.
Eventually,
you'll love it.
The next Elder Scrolls will come out in another decade or so. Maybe you'll be, maybe you'll have contact by then.
Yeah, I mean, I got the music's out there. You can sync it. I'll give it to you for free. Just use it. I don't care.
But now you already mentioned the new song. You've got two kind of new tracks at Hell Yeah Brother and Port in the USA. Talk to me about Hell Yeah Brother because it's definitely a standout. Yeah, so that one, we did a writing camp for my next album last summer, like August, me and all my homies. Swan was there. And that was kind of like the first. We started, I had an idea, a concept kind of for the album. I want to call it Butt Rock Billionaire. I've always had this butt rock thing. If you don't know what that is, anybody's watching, it's basically like, referencing the era in the 2000s where every band was on the radio. Rock was kind of at its like peak cultural relevance in a lot of ways. Your Nickelbacks, your Creeds, your Linkin Parks, or whatever. It's kind of all encompassing. Butt rock can be anything from like Breaking Benjamin to like System of a Down, even though it's like more new metal. But I believe the term actually comes from
radio.
Yeah, it comes from radio stations like mine that would say we play nothing but rock. Exactly.
Nothing but rock.
And the KATT is very much one of those stations. Yes. We don't say nothing but rock, but we do embody it. So there you go.
So I wanted to, make this album, and, we were kind of thinking, like, okay, what do we need? What kind of songs? Like, it was a very, like, spiritual kind of at first, as writing camps are. And we started coming up with the idea of, like, making the butt rock billionaire. Like, okay, I'm the butt rock billionaire, right? It's my, like, sort of character. It's a version of me. It's an exaggerated version of me, kind of whatever. But, like, we started thinking about what's his first hit song?
Okay.
Like, what's going to put him on what's, like, the dumbest song you could possibly make that's like the butt rock billionaire's first hit song that put him on the map. and it happens to be the first song from the album that's being
you go.
released. And, you know, it's not like it's taken over the world, but for me, it's definitely a hit. And, you know, the attention it's gotten on TikTok and just all over social media and everything, and people using the sound, it's all great. It's all good, you know, and, you know, I get a lot of questions about, is it satire? Is it, you know, ironic? Is it serious? Whatever. Like, who cares, bro?
Yeah.
Who cares? We had fun making it.
And it's all of the
I
above.
think that the song reflects that, you know, and I'm obviously, like, hamming it up, telling a story, you know, whatever, but that's kind of what we wanted it to be, is, like, it was like gonna be the Butt Rock Billionaire's first hit song. And so it's fun to, like, we imagined it to be that, and then it's the first single from the album, and it's kind of behaving like that.
Right.
It's pretty cool. So now it makes me think about all the other, like, concepts that we had, all the other songs that we made at the camp, like having sort of a little bit of like a linear storyline to them and like a concept. Like, it's fun because it makes me think that all those are going to be true also. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of that one.
Nice. And what's the process like now of a full length? I mean, you talked about that being the first song on the record.
I like to do camps. I like to start with a camp with all my friends. You know, I have a lot of friends that I make music with and stuff who I trust and who know me really well. So I like to start there, just get a lot of ideas out, like try to figure out what it is, what the direction is, what the sound is. You know, my first album I ever did, like as an official artist, was very like all over the place, because it was really just more of a collection of songs that I'd made over the past like 3 years, and rather than like an actual like thing. And now that every album has to be like a concept album or like a whatever, you know, a storyline or something, I don't really believe that, but I do believe in an album having like an identity, you know, that's like cohesive, that has a sound, it has like themes that are cohesive. It's like a thing that you came up with. It's like a piece of art you made, you know, that like makes sense together. Yeah. And so that's usually like a big part of it, is like having the camp and figuring out what that is, throwing a lot of ideas at the wall, you know, kind of seeing what sticks. And then I'll go home and I'll do a lot of like in between work on my own, make a bunch more songs, you know, start finishing some ones from the camp. Maybe they'll change, they'll morph, you know. The idea will usually come for the album like really concretely in that time period where I have a lot of time to like stew on it. I'm not just like excited with my friends for a week. Yeah. You know, I really get to nail in on like what it really is and like what it needs. And then I really work on it with me and just a couple of my buddies, you know, at my place. And then maybe we'll do like one more camp to try to, now that the identity of the album is fully there,
flesh it out. And,
but maybe we only have like, you know, I have like 30 demos already for the album. I would like to have like 50, and then you really pick like the best 12 to 14 that are like, that tell the story, that are the best songs, that are most exciting, you know, that get everybody sitting up in their chair in the room when they listen. And that's kind of my process. And then, you know, send it off to mix and master, whatever, and then you start thinking about all the visuals and the cover arts and the whole thing, which I've already thought plenty about and everything. But it's a process, bro. It takes a long time because I care about it. You know, you could shit out an album, whatever. You know, if I just dropped every song I ever made, every demo I ever made, I could have a million out. But you know, I just want it to be good. I want it to be right.
Well, I like that you actually think about it as a full, you know, an actual album with an identity, because, you know, in this day and age, you very easily could just be putting out singles and leaning on that. And,
yeah, a lot of people love the whole, like, putting out endless singles thing, and it's fine. I mean, I understand a little bit, but I like albums. I grew up listening to albums. I think they tie songs together in a way. They're good for branding. They're good for, like, just everything. I like the experience of an album. I like the statement an album makes. You know, obviously you're going to have singles from the album or whatever, but, yeah, I think I'll always be, like, an albums person. I just like it.
Nice, man. Well, I appreciate the time, and super stoked for the show tonight.
Of course, bro.
And I was trying to think, when's the last time you actually were in OKC?
It's been a while.
Because I wanted, was it when you opened for Falling in Reverse? Was that the last time, or has there been something in between?
Did we play OKC on the big tour in Falling in Reverse Amphitheater, or no?
No, it was still the Diamond Ballroom.
Yeah, no,
was
it wasn't that. It was probably I played with Set It Off.
Okay.
Sleep Theory.
Gotcha.
Played OKC.
Right.
I think that was the last time.
Okay, then I missed that one, but
yep, it was been a couple years.
All right,
a couple years.
Well,
and this is my first headline, so it's gonna be fun.
Nice, man.
It'll be great.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.